goat herders into a nation of wonderful military machines, creating a system of militias, which Alexander horribly abused. So Philip had Alexander with his wife, who apparently was weird.
I used to hold it
They had
sideways,
disputes, and Alexander
hold it sideways.
got along
So
with his
it
mother
never
more than
got
his
on the
father,
side, but,
and
like,
before his father died, Alexander
in
had a
the
fight
tip
with
of
him,
my
which
eyebrow.
some believe that he might have killed his father, though it's not very clear how much of that's true.
And then I did my
But
hair.
essentially,
I
Alexander,
put
after his
part
father's
area,
death,
put it
decided
down, and I
that
put the
he
inner
was going
part
to
back
conquer
in here.
Persia, gathered together a whole bunch of his army,
That way
and
when
then
I put it onto
subjugated the
my
rest of
eyeshadow,
southern
and then I had
Greece.
to restart it.
Basically,
You
he
could just
fought
nudge it
people
into-
called
Make it a little bit darker.
what was
so
it,
you
the
dark your color.
Corinthians, and they had something called the Sacred Band, which was a whole bunch of
Actually,
gay
one time I
lovers that
did change my
apparently
eyeshadow
fought
black
together
because
into the
that
military unit, which he apparently killed every single one of them, and basically scared the rest of Greece into basically being his hemorrhage. So then he decided to go across to Persia and basically did sack the quarterback with every single major battle. Because the Persians were a very, very large army. They had a very, very large army. They were reasonably well equipped. They were light infantry. And in a straight up fight, the Macedonians would have lost. However, he realized the entirety of their empire was held up by their commander, either Darius
I'm
or
really mad
Darius,
at your
depending on what you
eyeliner.
want to say, or whatever sort of
Let me
governor.
guess, it's
So what he would do is just
above
take his
the-
cavalry
you
and
could
sack the
still see
quarterback.
some skin on the bottom.
And almost every single time the governor
I don't
ran
know
because
why
he doesn't want to
this
get
is not
killed.
Okay.
And at the Battle of Gaugamela, which was
Another
effectively which
hold down your
ended the
eyelashes
Persian
a little bit, and you
resistance,
get closer to here.
he sacrificed a large portion of
But I'm
army
not
to
gonna
sack the quarterback
make your
because he was
eyes
dealing
all
with
weird
something
for that.
along the lines of 300,000 people, which does not seem to be true at all, but seems to be repeated many, many times. So Alexander sacked the quarterback, drove Darius away. Darius scattered off. He was really wanting to capture Darius because in his mind, he wanted to make sure there were no pretenders. Because once you have, back in the ancient world, it's not like you got photos. You got your coins, which was the only way you knew who your ruler was.
Alright, yeah, halfway.
So
through.
God forbid that jackass over here decides, I'm Darius. And
I'm Spartacus.
exactly. Now, what's to say that he isn't Darius? So when to capture and make sure there weren't any pretenders out there. And later, once one of his generals killed Darius, he made sure the killer of Darius was killed to ensure the, circular of that stuff. And plus, he was pissed.
Does that look okay?
He managed to
Looks okay, but I don't
drive
know
his
how
way
far
further
down.
east,
Yeah,
married
I'm thinking
married a foreign princess from basically Afghanistan. Fought India and lost horribly. Elephants aren't really afraid of spears. There's not really a lot of good things you can do to fight elephants, especially when you just got a pointy stick.
Burning hogs, that's okay.
Burning hogs, but the Romans figured that out. Alexander didn't have a jackass masochist weirdo who decided to put tar on hogs,
And then
light them on fire, and drive
them
them towards there, or use
towards
horns.
the elephants, and the elephants don't like that.
Yeah, lots of people don't like that, but elephants apparently quite a
I
bit.
wouldn't like that.
Burning hogs running at you, yeah.
So apparently his army at that point was like, stop, we've already taken enough of the known world, let's settle. Alexander sat around inside his palace,
I never been more careful doing someone's eyes.
got drunk, like Macedonians are wont to do. Decided he was going to invade Arabia, which would have changed history drastically, and then promptly died.
Yay!
So
It's
Alexander
like
had a kid who was
solid
killed
typical.
because, of course, they can't have that whenever there's basically a cabal of Macedonian generals. Three of which basically conquered Egypt, former Persian Empire, and Greece.
It's just a name.
Well, yeah, and effectively they Hellenized that area. If you were a Greek person, you went to that area and you were well educated, you could get positions inside there. That's how, like in the Bible, they talk about, Greeks. Most of them weren't Greek, but they spoke Greek. They were involved in Greek
Kind of
culture.
like Romans.
Well, yeah, but the
Latin
Romans,
term Romans.
yeah, they just kind of adopted everything. But yeah, that's the end of Alexander as we know it. This is, yeah, so that's it.